Breaking bad habits isn't just about willpower or motivation. It's about understanding the science of habit formation and leveraging it to create lasting change. I want to share my personal journey of transformation that began exactly where many of you might find yourselves right now, trapped in a cycle of self-defeating behaviors that seemed impossible to break. Picture this. It's 7 a.m., and instead of starting the day with purpose, I'm mindlessly scrolling through social media, my unwashed hair a testament to yesterday's rushed evening, wearing the same clothes from the day before. Sound familiar? This was my daily reality, a pattern that left me feeling perpetually behind, anxious, and disappointed in myself. The turning point came when I discovered research suggesting it takes exactly 66 days to form a new habit, not the commonly cited 21 days. This revelation changed everything. Armed with this knowledge, I decided to embark on a comprehensive lifestyle overhaul, documenting every step of the journey. The first week was, without exaggeration, brutal. Setting my alarm for 5 a.m. felt like declaring war on my own body. My mind, conditioned to the dopamine hits of social media, screamed for its morning scroll fix. The physical and mental resistance was intense, headaches, irritability, and an overwhelming urge to give up. But here's what made the difference. Instead of trying to change everything at once, I focused on mastering one habit at a time. Week 2 brought the first glimpses of progress, though they were subtle. I started with impossibly small goals, a 10-minute workout, nothing fancy, just basic stretches and jumping jacks. The key was consistency over intensity. I forced myself to take a quick shower every morning, even when time felt tight. Perhaps most importantly, I actually sat down for breakfast instead of grabbing something on the go, or worse, skipping it entirely. The transformation wasn't linear. Some days felt like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. My productivity was still far from optimal, but something felt different. It wasn't just about the actions themselves. It was about proving to myself that I could follow through on commitments, no matter how small. By day 30, something remarkable started happening. The morning routine began feeling less like a chore and more like an essential part of my day. Waking up at 5 a.m. no longer required an internal battle. My body started naturally stirring before the alarm. The short workouts evolved into longer sessions, not because I forced them, but because my body craved movement. The mental fog that used to cloud my mornings lifted, replaced by a sense of clarity and purpose. What fascinated me most was how these changes rippled through every aspect of my life. Work projects that once seemed overwhelming became manageable. Relationships improved because I wasn't constantly operating from a place of stress and rushed decisions. Even my financial habits changed. Planning ahead meant fewer impulsive purchases and better money management. Day 66 marked a profound milestone. The transformation wasn't just about having a better morning routine. It was about fundamentally changing how I approached life. Tasks that previously took hours were completed in minutes, not because I was working faster, but because my mind was focused and clear. The scattered, reactive approach to life was replaced by intentional, purposeful action. The science behind this transformation is fascinating. Research shows that habits are formed in the basal ganglia, a part of the brain responsible for pattern formation. When we repeat an action consistently, it creates neural pathways that make the behavior automatic. This is why starting small is crucial. It allows these pathways to form without overwhelming the system. What's particularly interesting is how habit stacking works. Once one positive habit is established, it becomes easier to build others on top of it. It's like creating a domino effect of positive changes. For instance, waking up early led to having time for exercise, which increased energy levels, which improved work performance, which boosted confidence, and so on. The key insight I gained from this experience is that motivation is highly overrated. Waiting to feel motivated to change is a recipe for staying stuck. The secret lies in starting with one tiny, almost laughably small change and mastering it before adding another. This approach might seem slow, but it's sustainable. It's the difference between trying to sprint a marathon and building the endurance to actually finish one. For those wondering where to start, here's what I learned. Choose one keystone habit, something small but significant that could trigger other positive changes. For me, it was waking up early, but it could be anything. Drinking water first thing in the morning, making your bed, or spending 5 minutes planning your day. The most powerful aspect of this approach is its compound effect. Small changes, consistently applied, lead to massive results over time. Think about it. If you improve just 1% each day, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. This isn't just motivational speak. It's mathematical reality. What's particularly fascinating is how these habits reshape our identity. As James Clear points out in Atomic Habits, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. Each morning you wake up early, you're voting for being a disciplined person. Each healthy meal is a vote for being someone who values their health. Over time, these votes accumulate and transform not just what you do, but who you are. The neuroplasticity of our brains means that no habit is truly permanent, whether good or bad. This is both encouraging and challenging. It means we can change at any age, but it also means we must remain vigilant in maintaining our positive habits. The brain doesn't distinguish between beneficial and harmful patterns. It simply responds to repetition. Looking back, the most surprising outcome wasn't the physical changes or improved productivity, it was the shift in my self-image. Breaking these bad habits proved that I was capable of change, that I could trust myself to follow through on commitments. This newfound self-trust has been the foundation for even bigger life changes. The journey of breaking bad habits is ultimately about more than just changing behaviors. It's about reclaiming control of your life. It's about proving to yourself that you can be the architect of your own destiny, one small habit at a time. The power to change is always within reach, waiting to be activated by consistent, deliberate action. Your future self is being shaped by the decisions you make today. Every moment you spend scrolling mindlessly is a moment lost to potential growth. Every morning you hit snooze is a vote against the person you want to become. The good news? You can start changing right now. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but in this very moment. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Start with one tiny change, master it, then build upon that foundation. Trust in the process, even when results aren't immediately visible. Your future self will thank you for the investment you make today in breaking these patterns that no longer serve you. The journey of 66 days might seem long, but remember, the time will pass anyway. The question is, will you be closer to your goals when it does? The choice, as always, is yours to make.